Uh, we'll start with the first segment, which is You Ask, We Answer.
So we have a very interesting question for number 20. In fact, this is somebody that kind of challenged me, a listener of the show, that reminded me that some episodes ago, John and I recommended that people should look at the performance of their blog post, pick the best performing ones, and add media content to get more value and more results from your website. But then I was challenged saying, well, what about the blogger articles who have little to no traffic? What am I supposed to do with them? You didn't mention it on your show. Question is, should I delete them or should I keep them?
Well, from my SEO background, I'm forever looking at things like this, to be perfectly honest, because what you find is that blogs that you have on the website that get very little traffic actually drag your website down in a way. And hold your website back and can have an effect on the relevancy of your overall website. So what we're wanting to do is constantly paint a picture to the likes of Google, to the likes of the search engines, that our entire website is engaging. And so if you have blog posts that have little to no traffic, actually, it's really important to start dealing with them. I know that we have the 3Rs methodology, which I'll let you go into a bit more, Pascal. But for me, it's about understanding, having a look at the content and deciding, okay, is there something that we could do with this? If there's low traffic, does it need an update? Does it need rewriting? Or alternatively, do we need to delete it? Do we need to remove it? And just admit that actually that blog post was great at the time and it was relevant for whatever it was at the time, but actually it's just way past it. It's not relevant anymore at all. So it's around, could we make something evergreen? Could we update something? Or actually, is it just time to delete? And as I said, from an SEO point of view, there's one of the things that we do in the initial work looking at a website is looking at traffic to blogs, identify ones that are low traffic, and actually start removing some.
That's interesting, that kind of decluttering. I myself am a self-confessed content hoarder, so I do find it difficult to remove. To your point, Johnny, sometimes I find myself having very fond memories of the creation bit. So you kind of go, oh, do I have to? It's a bit like video editing, which we're going to come on to in a moment. So I'm going to bring the audience as well as the SEO element to say, well, can you do enough research to ascertain whether or not what the article is about is still of interest and still relevant? And if that's the case, then is it that maybe it was too short, maybe was it poorly supported by the lack of internal links, or maybe it was one of those that got forgotten during the email marketing and social media push and so on. So if it's relevant, then I'm keen to look at a way to either retain, rewrite, or remove. These are the 3 R's that we teach on the 90-day website mastery program. So the retain for me, Johnny, would be that some very, very minor adjustments to bring it alive again, to maybe refresh the thumbnail, to maybe look at the way you split the article by creating more headlines, subheaders, and that kind of things, and making sure that it is linked and referred to internally very, very well. So the retain is where, once again, it remains relevant and remains of interest, and hopefully belongs to a bigger family of articles. The rewrite suggests that you are still on subject, but you completely got the tone wrong, you got the structure wrong. It needs to completely be looked at again from top to bottom. And then the remove is what you said. So it's not relevant. It's of no interest. Maybe you've written something that is actually a lot better and resonate more with your audience, and it's literally been superseded by perhaps not even more recent, but just better performing ones. So retain, rewrite, and remove is something that people should do, I would say, once a quarter by looking at the performance of their website. But the end of the year, the start of the year is a very, very good time as well to be doing this exercise.
I like the phrase that you used, declutter. We all need to declutter. I'm also a hoarder as well, but it freshens the mind, decluttering. And so I think, yeah, really, really worth it. I should say, by the way, that if you're listening or watching, perhaps you're listening to the replay. Brilliant if you're here on the podcast. Thank you very much. Maybe you're with us live right now. We are live. We're live on Facebook. We're live on LinkedIn. We're live on YouTube. So if you're with us right now, please do drop some comments. Merry Christmas to you. But if you're listening on the replay, it's brilliant to have you. And make sure, if this is helpful, resourceful, please tell your friends as well. So I missed mentioning that at the beginning. I just wanted to make sure that everyone felt welcome, whatever platform you were listening to us on. We're really grateful that you're here. So thank you very much.